think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hey yo, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to SoCal Exploring. My name is Scott. You are watching the #1 stop for all things theme park related and attraction related in the Southern California area. How are we all doing today? And Merry Christmas. It is Christmas, and I hope each and every single one of you guys who supports me and each and every single one of you who is watching this has a very, 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 very Merry Christmas. To my supporters, to my haters, to anyone who is just stumbling across me, welcome and have a wonderful Christmas today. I figured I'd give you guys a special and do a Q&A for Christmas. So I asked you guys to ask me questions about anything like theme park, myself, or anything. And you guys dropped a couple questions. So I'm going to be reading off some of the questions and answering them that I asked between YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you want to have the chance to be featured in some of my videos like this, whether it be a Q&A or anything, just like sit down like this, make sure you're following my social media at SoCal Exploring Media on Instagram and at SoCal Exploring on Twitter, and subscribe so you see when I do a little community post, because I'll also do a chance there for you to be featured. I'll put the little community post up and say, hey, leave comments down below what you think of this, or leave like a question so I can answer it in the next video. And that's where you'll be able to be featured in the upcoming videos of 2020 and whenever I put out other videos. There's always stuff on my social media and on the YouTube community tab. I've been using the YouTube community tab a lot, so be looking out for that. But today I bring you a question and answer. This one's gonna be a fun one. I got quite a bit of questions, and they're very good questions, spanning from all different like theme park topics and haunt topics, not just like one topic. They're a good span of different topics. So let's get right into the questions. I'll first start off with the YouTube question. Are you going to see the opening day of Emperor Dive Coaster? And if you don't know what they're referring to the Emperor Dive Coaster coming into SeaWorld San Diego in 2020. It's all over my YouTube channel. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, then you guys are living under a rock, or you just may not like SeaWorld content, but it's all over my channel. Yes, I will be there. I will be there on Media Day, which Media Day, for those of you guys who are confused, Media Day is when they give members of the media, as myself is, a chance to go and ride the ride before anybody else, and they let you, or they provide the cameras to film your full on-ride experience. And I'll drop a link down in the description of our Title Twister Media Day experience, where you can see myself and Savannah riding the actual attraction and see it from like overhead shot and everything. It's essentially just a preview and a chance for all the media to cover it and post it all over their socials and all that stuff. So I will be there. That'll probably be a week before grand opening. I'm very excited to ride Emperor, the brand new dive coaster coming to SeaWorld San Diego. What's your favorite park to film footage at and why? I think my favorite park to film footage at is Disneyland and /DCA, so Disneyland Resort, because there's so much to film. There's never a point where I don't know what to film. There's always so much to film there. I mean, the whole resort is huge, so there's always a topic that I can cover there. There's always a construction up that I can get. There's always something that I can be filming there. So that's definitely my favorite park to film at. And then the runner-up would probably be Universal Studios Hollywood, because I just grew up with Universal Studios as a kid. And that's one of my home parks. Well, that is my home park. That's my favorite theme park out of all of them. Actually, I don't know. I'd have to really look at that. I don't know. I'm jibber jabbering right now. But that Universal would definitely be my runner-up, just because I know so much about the park. I know so much about Disneyland, but I know like every single corner at Universal, so that's a thing. But Disneyland Resort is definitely my favorite park to film at, because there's so much stuff to film and always different topics that I can get a video out of. Will you ever go to Six Flags over Texas, or a theme park outside of California? Now that's a really good question, because I do want to travel eventually. So this year I'm planning, I keep saying every year I'm going to go to Orlando, but this year for sure I have to get out to Orlando. Like I have to get out to Orlando, whether it be Disney World or Universal Orlando. I'm gonna try to make a trip out to HHN Orlando this year. But as far as other theme parks go, like in the country, that will definitely be saved for 2021. In 2021, I want to do a kind of like country trip around different theme parks. So like Six Flags over Texas, I want to go to Dollywood, Cedar Point, just all those different theme parks. Like I really, really want to explore. In March actually of next year, I may be going to California's Great America, I may take a road trip up there with Savannah, and we may hit that theme park on the way up there, which is essentially like a Knott's, but has some better rides in my opinion. I definitely want to try to ride Railblazer, and so yeah, that may be a different park. That's obviously not out of California, but that's still something out of the Southern California area I've been in. Other than just the 6 parks that I usually go to down here. I definitely, though, in 2021, I want to take more of like a North America trip around the country and do a bunch of theme parks other than just Orlando and California. But next year for sure, I'm gonna try my best to get out to Orlando. Someone asked, would you consider going to a Christmas haunt next year? And these are now Instagram questions. Yeah, I would. This year I was gonna go to Reign of Terrors, but it's just kind of super far. So if there's another Christmas haunt that pops up somewhere closer to me, like in Anaheim, I know they had, what was it? It was the 13th Door that I'm pretty sure did a Christmas haunt one year, or Sinister Point. It was either one of those. I think it was Sinister Point, actually, now that I think about it. But unfortunately, with the Reign of Terror Christmas haunted event, it was just too far, and I just couldn't get out there. And it just wasn't worth the drive for me. I definitely do want to go to a Christmas haunt event. I think that'd be really neat to see. But I mean, I got to see that Hornets with Holidays in Hell, so that was kind of cool. But I'm hoping that there's more Christmas haunt events to pop up all around the area, just for like a couple of nights. That'd be kind of cool, you know, kind of like that's the final like haunt event till next year. I think that'd be cool. But I definitely want to try to get out to one if there's some that are closer by next year. Predictions for HHN 20, Stranger Things 3. And that's about it right now. I'm completely clueless. I'm not even thinking about Halloween Hornets right now, to be honest. A lot of people are talking about Halloween Hornets already, but we just got done with a full like 6-month span of updating and going to the actual event and such. I'm kind of burnt out on it right now. So honestly, I feel like it's a good break too, because everybody needs that. You know, I try my best to do everything theme park related, like events wise and everything. So right now I'm just taking a break, but updating will return in February. However, right now I just think it's way too early to be talking about Halloween Horror Nights. What's your favorite mountain at Disneyland? Definitely Matterhorn bobsleds. I love that ride. And Tomorrowland over Fantasyland side all the way. Are you planning on going to WonderCon? I've gone to WonderCon like 2 years, which I went like in 2015, I think last time I went. I just personally like Comic-Con a lot better. I'll be doing like a video of all the outside stuff at Comic-Con, but WonderCon has never really interested me. I just like Comic-Con a lot better. But maybe one year I'll go back out to WonderCon. That's in LA. It's more of it's still a comic convention for those of you guys who don't know. It's just a little bit smaller and in LA, where compared to Comic-Con in San Diego. Thoughts on the Mandalorian review ? Thoughts on the Mandalorian? Oh, it's beautiful. Like it's such an amazing series that Disney has put on. And the past 2 episodes have been crazy. Without no spoilers, they're heartbreaking. I'm so excited to see the next and final episode, the season finale, on Friday, this upcoming Friday, which is literally 2 days away. So excited for it. And then it's gonna suck because we'll have to wait for season 2, which they are making a season 2. For those of you guys who don't know, season 2 of The Mandalorian is coming out sometime next year. But Mandalorian, oh my goodness, such a good series that Disney has created and produced. Like, it is so amazing. Of course, everybody loves Baby Yoda, or the child in the sense of the Mandalorian character talk. If you are visiting Florida in 2020, what are you most excited to see? How much bigger the damn Magic Kingdom castle is compared to the freaking Sleeping Beauty castle that we have here in California. That's what I'm most excited to see. When are you going to Six Flags to film? So I actually just found this out today. We're going to be going to the West Coast Racers Media Day on January 7th, I believe it is. Yeah, January 7th, we'll be out there at Six Flags filming all things West Coast Racers, and that will also have an on-ride camera that we'll be able to provide for you guys. And then we'll also be doing like a park update of what's new and all that good stuff. We'll be out there at Six Flags Magic Mountain on January 7th. So that's very soon. That's like 2 weeks away. So be looking out for that on the channel. Moving into Twitter, do you feel there's a disconnect between what Disney is offering within their fully immersive lands and what general audiences are actually interested in? I don't see, that's a tricky question, because I don't think there's a disconnect at all. I think with theme park goers, no matter what, they'll just enjoy it as long as it's pulled off right. With Galaxy's Edge, it's a little bit different because Star Wars is such a strong like fan base type like nerdy thing, which I'm proud to call myself a nerd for loving Star Wars. And some people are just like, oh, this sucks because it's just nerdy and like it only caters to nerds. Like, no, it doesn't. The land is so immersive, and once Rise of the Resistance opens up, it's going to be even more immersive. And just like, I don't know, I think that Disney's doing a good job at trying to cater to everybody and what they want. I think this year and like last year or next year especially, is going to be more of the like Marvel push and the superhero push, and then they'll start to kind of dial it down a little bit and start doing stuff to cater to more to everybody. But I definitely don't think there's a disconnect there. I just think that some people are stubborn and don't realize amazing creativity when they see it. Last question is, what's your favorite Horror Night maze you have been in? Favorite Horror Night maze? La Llorona. I feel like I answer this question every Q&A, but I'll keep saying it. La Llorona 2012, favorite Horror Night maze ever at Universal Studios Hollywood, Halloween Horror Nights. But that wraps it up for this Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave a like if you want to see more of these Q&As, and drop suggestions down below of content that you want to see. And yeah, everything's going good. Almost to the new year. The decade's ending in a couple days, and that's going to be very exciting stuff. Lots of stuff going on for SoCal Exploring, so subscribe with those bell notifications on so you don't miss out on all that stuff. And follow our social media at SoCal Exploring Media on Instagram and at SoCal Exploring on Twitter. I have been Scott. You have been watching the #1 stop for all things theme park related and news related to attractions in the Southern California area. I need to switch that up. I'm just rambling about that every time I do my outro. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace.